What's the story, Morning Glory? What is the word, Hummingbird? Thank you so much for clicking on my channel and for joining me for this quick discussion about a couple of things that I wanted to talk about. First up is Britney Spears. So, Britney Spears, her ex-husband, Kevin Federline, and her father, Jamie Spears, have come out and said that they are very worried about her and that they fear that she is going down the same road as Amy Winehouse. Her father and ex-husband fear that Britney is on drugs and could die as a result. Federline says that he fears that she is on meth. Okay. And Jamie Spears says that Brit may die just like Amy. These are some very strong statements that they are making. And I don't know what proof they have, but these can also be extremely inflammatory and, this could be a good example of defamation if it's not true. Brittany can go after them for a lot of money if it comes out that what they're saying is not based on facts. But I don't know, because it has also been said that her own children claim that they have seen drugs being delivered to their mother's home. Now, her kids are still refusing to visit her, which I think is just so sad, how this mother child relationship has been like almost wasted for the entire life of these boys, because they've been with their father. He's had primary custody. There's always been some issue or another with the children visiting Britney, and she had these two kids, and their relationship has never really taken off. It's always been like a start and stop kind of situation over the years. But anyways, the reports say that even her sons claim to have seen drugs being delivered to their mother's house. Kevin Federline is collecting right now $40,000 per month in child support, and he has recently gotten permission from Britney to move out of California to the state of Hawaii. And the rumor is that the reason why he wants to move to Hawaii is because the child support in Hawaii, the obligation to pay support, continues until the children are 23 years old. It doesn't stop at 18. So that's the rumor of the reason why he wanted to move to Hawaii. I hope this is not true. I hope that he's not that conniving and that manipulative to do that. But I feel like whatever jurisdiction that the order came from, that their divorce decree came from, I think that's the jurisdiction that controls how long the child support goes on. And in California, if it's 18 or 19, then it's 18 or 19 or 21 or whatever, if it's younger than what it is in Hawaii. So it's not going to make any difference when it moves to Hawaii. It's not going to extend the obligation any longer than what it already says in their divorce decree. But anyway, but I'm not a lawyer. I could be wrong on that. So the fact that her ex-husband and that her father are saying these things, that she's on meth, and there's, they think she's going to die like Amy Winehouse. Amy Winehouse passed away a few years ago from alcohol intoxication. And these are just some very serious allegations. Now, we all have seen Britney Spears and her Instagram post, and how, I think her Instagram has been taken down though, but we've all seen her Instagram post where she's dancing and she's moving around a little bit erratically. She may even post some things that don't quite make any sense. Then there was that incident, the most recent incident that I can remember that was a little bit off, was that when she had gone out to eat with her husband, I think his name is Sam Asghari. They had gone out to eat for dinner at a restaurant, and all of a sudden there was some type of disagreement or some type of argument between them. Britney began talking in gibberish, and then he ended up leaving her at the restaurant, and she was like left there dazed and confused by herself. And my only thing is, what is Sam Asghari doing to help his wife? Because I'm pretty sure he sees what the rest of us are seeing. Now, I wouldn't go as far as to say that she's on meth or that she's on drugs. There's something going on with Britney that is not right. There's something off, completely off with her. I don't know if it's a mental breakdown or if it's substance abuse or what's going on. But I wonder if her husband is seeing what we're seeing, and what steps is he taking to make her get better, because I feel like she needs to be in some type of a treatment program, or something. Something has to happen, because she's just not the Brit from the 90s. Now, not only could it possibly be substance abuse, but I think it's also just her entire life and how she has been treated by her family, by the public, by the business, by the industry. I think all of this has affected the stability of her mental health. All of this. And I don't know if her husband knew when he got into this relationship with her that he was dealing with like a very fragile person. This isn't, your normal, everyday kind of wife. Okay. Britney has some issues, and I wonder if Sam was aware of that. And I want to know exactly what is he doing to help her, because it doesn't seem like, or we don't hear, of course, we don't know what's going on behind closed doors, but I don't hear enough about what is being done to the people that are really in her inner circle right now. What are they doing to help her? And the fact that her children don't want to, to me, when you look at the entire life of Britney Spears, the saddest thing of all, obviously, is the relationship between her and her children. That is the saddest thing of all. Is that this mother-son relationship never really got to grow and develop and be all that it could be. And the fact that these articles are saying that her sons don't even want to visit her. And there's the videos that her sons had recorded of, Britney talking to them and yelling at them for something. And it's just really sad. It is really sad. And I don't think that the price of fame and fortune was worth living this kind of life for Britney. I'm pretty sure that if she had an option, she would have gotten rid of being famous, gotten rid of being rich in order to have a normal relationship and a normal life with her family, her children, etc. It's not worth it at all, because she has all this money and it's like she's spiraling out of control. The people, she can't trust anybody. She couldn't trust her own family. And it's kind of like she's just alone in a crowd. She's just really alone. She lives in these, big mansions that are, I don't know. It's just like a very lonely, sad life for Britney. And I hope that whatever is going on with her, that she gets help and she gets help quickly. And all that we can do from afar is just pray for her. Moving on from there, I wanted to talk about the crazy story about John Amos. So John Amos is the actor that played the father on Good Times, James Evans. And there's been some very strange things going on with him lately. Now, a couple of years ago, I think around 2020 or maybe 2021, that was the first time that I had come across KC Amos's TikTok, his son KC. And I came across his TikTok, how things come up on your For You page. And I was just like struck by how much his son looks like him. John Amos and Casey Amos are like carbon copies of one another, except one is younger and lighter skinned. Other than that, they are like the same exact person. They look exactly alike. But anyways, so I always see these TikToks of Casey and John, doing these little videos together, really cute. And it looked like they had a really close bond. They're very close to one another. And by all accounts, it appeared that Casey could have been John Amos's primary caretaker because they were always together. I don't know if they were living together. I don't know what was going on behind the scenes, but because they were so close, it appeared that they were really close with one another. Like, if he wasn't his full-time caretaker, it seemed like Casey did spend a lot of time with his father. So I was shocked when the sister, Casey's sister, John Amos's daughter, Shannon, came out and said that she made this Instagram post that her father was being victimized, and he was a victim of elderly abuse. And also his valuables were taken from his home. Money was taken from him as well. And that he was in the hospital because he was being abused, like physically abused by someone, namely some type of a caretaker. And it was so bizarre because it's like, okay, if it's not the children that are abusing him, if it's not the son that's abusing him, if it's a caretaker that was hired to watch out, wasn't the family on top of this, like to make sure that he was being taken care of properly? That's what I want to know. So in the midst of all of this, with the allegations that Shannon had put out there, I was expecting the son to speak up and say, oh, our father's fine, or yes, our father has been victimized and me and my sister, we're going to get to the bottom of this. But nothing was being heard from the son. So I went to the son's TikTok. He probably has, Instagram and Facebook and other stuff, but I went to the son's TikTok, and of course he posted something his last post, when I checked, was something very cryptic, and the people in the comments, a lot of them were supporting him, but then you did have a good amount of people who were actually accusing him of being the one who victimized his own father. They were saying things to him like, shame on you, how could you do this to your dad, you'll be punished for this. And I'm just like, instead of a cryptic post, like, why didn't he do like an actual post, either supporting what his sister is saying or denying that his father's been victimized or something? But he's been pretty silent. So then after that, John Amos comes out and says that he has not been a victim of anything, that he hasn't been abused by anyone, no one has taken anything from him, and that when he was in the hospital, he was only there because he was getting some fluid drained. That was it. And what his daughter was saying was absolutely not true. So if what the daughter was saying was not true, how can she just come out like that and just say a bold-faced lie? That doesn't seem logical at all. That she would just come out on a public forum like Instagram and make these allegations of her father being victimized if there was absolutely no truth in it. And she claims that she got this information from John Amos himself, but he's denying it. He says, I never told her such a thing. So the last time that I looked, I looked up on this story, it said that the Colorado Bureau of Investigation, they are conducting an investigation of elderly abuse on John Amos, that there's something there. They found something that making them believe that it is very possible he could have been a victim of elder abuse. And they're investigating right now, and that he is still in the hospital, and that he's in some kind of pain, and they want to get to the bottom of this. They want to see, exactly what's going on. But there is an active investigation going on of elder abuse. I am just so shocked and confused. Oh, by the way, the daughter was also asking for, or letting the public know, that there was a GoFundMe that had been started on behalf of John Amos to help him pay for his hospital bills, and they were asking for $500,000. So the whole story to me was just so bizarre. The daughter saying one thing, the father saying something completely opposite, and the son is just nowhere to be seen. The son who appeared. Of course, social media does not portray real life, but it appeared that John and Casey Amos were very close with one another and that they had a very strong bond. And so I'm just very confused. If it's not the children that was doing this, don't they know who was doing this, or weren't they on top of making sure that their father was being taken care of? Were they not visiting him enough to check up on him, to make sure that he was okay? If it wasn't them that was abusing him, it's just very crazy. It's very bizarre. I'm just so confused. But anyways, that's all I wanted to talk about. Hopefully I'll have more later. Thank you so much for joining me on your way out. Please don't forget to rate the video. If you like this content, go ahead and subscribe, and I'll definitely talk to you later. Bye.